Coming up, you'll meet Advocate Capital client Tim Bailey. Hi Tim, hey, thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Really appreciate it. Hey, thanks also for being our customer all these years and for being willing to talk with us today about that just a little bit. We often talk to new prospective clients, and one of the first things they tell us is, I don't need the money. And we tell them, that's good, we thought you might need the money. We're kind of like a bank, we don't loan money to law firms that actually need it. But if a lawyer told you, I was thinking about using Advocate, but I just don't need it, what would you say?
Well, you never need money till you need it. Yeah. And most of the time when you need money, you need it yesterday.
Right.
What we have found is we've had opportunities for involvement in what we believe to be fantastic cases. And I think most lawyers will tell you that it seems the better the case, in a lot of ways, the more investment you need to make in that case.
Sure.
So you don't want to find that you have to say no to the opportunity, not only to have a great case that could have some meaningful income to you, but a great case where you feel very strongly you could help some folks. So you get this opportunity, and then you realize that you're going to need financing. You're going to need to be able to get the experts. You're going to need to get the investigators to go find the witnesses. Mm-hmm. You don't want to find that you're shut out of that opportunity because you don't have access to capital.
Absolutely, yeah. And so some of these same law firms tell us, well, I might use the AdvoTrack case expense funding service, but I'm concerned that my clients are going to object to that, to the pass-through of the borrowing costs. What's your experience been?
When clients, I think the most important thing you can do is you have to explain to the client on the front end that you feel so strongly about their case that you yourself are willing to take the risk of representing them with the possibility of not even receiving a dime of income from it. Yeah. You can get no fee. And that with that risk, the only way to get that case across the finish line is to get the experts and to get those case costs taken care of. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone understands that nothing's free. And I think once they understand that this is simply a cost that we have to bear mm-hmm. to get the case finished, that they've always been fine with it. And I made sure that, at least in the states in which I practice, that ethically we're permitted to do that.
Yeah. So what about the impact? Sometimes clients also, or potential clients also say, well, I'm concerned that passing borrowing costs through to the client will adversely affect the client because it adds expense to the case. What's your experience on that?
I've not found that to be, I guess in reality, a valid concern. It's never entered a decision that I've made in a case, and it's never, and all the time I've been utilizing the product, I've never sat down with a client, and as we're discussing an offer that's been made, I've never had the amount of interest on those case costs mm-hmm. be a determining factor. It's just never been an issue.
Sure. Yeah. Most of our clients will also say that the amount of value added to the case by getting the right experts at such and this kind of thing greatly outweigh the borrowing costs.
Well, I will tell you, the horror stories you hear mm-hmm. about settlements that have limped to the finish line.
Yeah.
There are so many times that it's because the resources have simply been exhausted. Mm-hmm. And so I do fully believe that the bigger the case, the more likely a defendant wants to see if there's a valid strategy to simply outspend you and outweight you.
Yep.
And so I just don't, I won't discount the value of the level playing field that I think I get with Advocate Capital, that I've got the ability to stand toe-to-toe and stay with these guys to the end.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's unfortunate. There are conversations that happen all the time in contingent fee law firms like, oh, we have this big case over here, let's settle these early, or payroll's coming and this kind of thing. It's just nice to know that our clients can prosecute their cases for their clients to the fullest and get great results. And that's what gets us up in the morning and makes our heart beat fast, is knowing that we're helping people like you get excellent results in your community. So thanks again for being here today and for being our client, Tim. We really appreciate it.
Glad to be here.